What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got some transfer portal news for Michigan. The latest on transfer running back Justice Haynes, as he is expected to sign with Michigan soon. We also got some transfer portal news on the wide receiver targets for Michigan. Michigan getting a visit from one of them. Also a couple new targets, including a new defensive back target, a new defensive tackle target, including others to keep an eye on for Michigan. And we also talk a little bit about Michigan's wide receiver room and a little bit about Michigan basketball. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and start by talking about the Alabama transfer running back Justice Haynes. He obviously is committed to Michigan, however, he hasn't signed, as it appears they're still, working things out. However, it appears that he will be signing with Michigan. It is a done deal, and according to multiple reports, including Matt Zenitz of 24/7 Sports and also Pete Nako's of On3, they've all been told that it is a done deal. His recruitment is over, and he's heading to Michigan and is expected to arrive on Michigan's campus and will begin his tenure with the team in the next few days. So just wanted to clear that up. And landing Justice Haynes was a big time addition for the Wolverines. They are going to have one of the best running back tandems in college football next season out of him and Jordan Marshall, who put his talents on display in Michigan's bowl game win over Alabama, had 100 rushing yards, and also won the ReliaQuest Bowl MVP. So Justice Haynes expected to sign with Michigan soon, and it should be a done deal real soon. And then we also did get news on a wide receiver target for Michigan. We have talked about the Yale wide receiver transfer David Pantelis, who is a 5'11", 196-pound wide receiver. Did have 69 receptions for 1,018 yards and 11 touchdowns this season with Yale, and he is set to take a visit to Michigan this weekend. He's already received offers from Michigan, Stanford, West Virginia, Missouri, and others. He's a first-team All-Ivy League wide receiver, and obviously Michigan should be a player in this one. He did tell Ellen True of 24/7 Sports that he is looking to make a decision in the next week. So Michigan getting a visit from him this weekend. And obviously yesterday we talked about in the video, things are still looking good for Michigan to land the UConn wide receiver Skylar Bell. Still not a done deal, but Michigan currently leads in that recruitment. And then also the Clemson wide receiver transfer Troy Stellato, which is another receiver Michigan is going after in the transfer portal. According to On3's Pete Nakos, he said that he is trying to figure things out with his transcript so he can get into Michigan if that were to work out. But Michigan is in the mix, also West Virginia, Stanford, and others. Now, there have been a couple new targets to come about for Michigan. First, start with the Pittsburgh cornerback transfer Ryland Gandy, who is a 6', 180-pound defensive back sophomore. This past season had 40 total tackles, including one pass deflection. According to Sam Webb of the Michigan Insider, he is on a visit to Michigan, so he did get to campus for a visit, which is some pretty good news for Michigan. However, he is still set to visit other schools as well and kind of weigh out his options. But Michigan, obviously, in the mix here now that he has taken a visit to Michigan. He was a redshirt sophomore this past season, so he's already taken a visit to Indiana, supposed to take a visit to North Carolina as well. And as far as cornerback for Michigan, they were, potentially going to get a chance at UNLV cornerback transfer Tony Grimes. However, he committed to Purdue. Michigan still could go after the Arizona cornerback transfer Takario Davis. He's trending to go to Washington right now, so we'll see what happens. Right now, that's still an option, but again, he is trending to go to Washington as of right now. But Michigan, they are still looking to add on another cornerback from the transfer portal. And then also another name to watch out for Michigan that just entered the transfer portal is the Washington cornerback Jordan Shaw. He's a 6'1", 173-pound cornerback, did have 37 total tackles, including 1 fumble recovery this past season and 6 pass deflections. Is a redshirt freshman, did transfer from Indiana last season to Washington. Now he's back in the transfer portal, and he is the son of former Michigan wide receiver Russell Shaw. So there is a connection there, so that's another name to watch out for here for Michigan in the transfer portal, as things starting to ramp up a little bit now after the dead period. And also another defensive tackle target Michigan could potentially go after is the Clemson senior defensive tackle Trey Williams, who recently just entered the portal after Clemson's loss in the first round of the college football playoffs. And according to Chris Ballas of the Wolverine, he appears to be very interested in Michigan and has close ties to a current Michigan player. He's a 6'2", 315-pound defensive tackle, will have 1 year of eligibility remaining. This past season he had 14 total tackles, including 2 sacks and 2 fumble recoveries. So that could be Michigan's defensive tackle pickup that they need. They already got the Alabama defensive tackle Damon Payne. They could really use another one as they look to just add on to the defensive line for not only depth but also having to replace Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant. But obviously after watching that game in the bowl game against Alabama, Michigan's defense still looks very, very good. The younger players stepped up, especially on the defensive line. So definitely got to be exciting for us Michigan fans to see that happen in that bowl game, because that was obviously a big question mark. We didn't know how the defensive line was gonna do against Alabama, but Michigan, they got pressure and really dominated Alabama's offensive line in that game. Obviously Wink Martindale also called a great game, sent some great blitzes in that one. But let me know what you guys think about Trey Williams, defensive tackle transfer from Clemson. And also real quick, as far as Michigan's wide receiver room, obviously they want to at least add 1 more receiver from the transfer portal, if not 2 more. That would be ideal. But one thing I am interested to see from Michigan, and some of these younger players in the wide receiver room, I'm interested to see how big of a step they take in the offseason, because obviously Michigan has guys like Samaj Morgan. We also saw Frederick Moore step up. He had a big catch in the game against Alabama, which was very nice to see. He had 3 receptions, 37 yards, and a touchdown, was their leading receiver in that game. But then you also got a freshman like Channing Goodwin, who was a former 4-star recruit, and then also Amarion Stewart, who we haven't really gotten to see that much. He was a former 4-star recruit. Same thing with Amorion Walker. Also Kendrick Bell we saw step up a little bit. Then obviously some incoming freshmen like Andrew Marsh, Jamar Browder, and Jacob Washington. So there is some talent there in the receiving room for Michigan. I do think quarterback play really hindered some of their play. So I am interested to see which receivers step up for Michigan next season, because I do think we will see a couple of them make some strides in the offseason. We got a much better quarterback room now with Bryce Underwood, Mikey Keene, Jaden Davis in the room. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and which receivers you guys think might take a step and make some big strides in the offseason and step up for Michigan. And then real quick here to wrap up this video, did want to talk about Michigan basketball. The Wolverines set to get back to playing and will take on both USC and UCLA in LA, as they play USC tomorrow and then UCLA on January 7th. But right now Michigan is a favorite to win the Big Ten, ahead of teams like UCLA, Michigan State, Illinois, and Purdue. They are 10-3 and also 2-0 in Big Ten play. Dusty May, he knows how important winning the Big Ten regular season championship is. He does believe right now that they feel like they are a much better team than they were 2 weeks ago. Obviously Michigan's 3 losses have come from a combined 5 points, but this team is a very, very good team. Michigan will also be getting Reuben Jones back against USC. He did miss their last game against Western Kentucky, which was a 112-64 win. Wolverines shot the ball from 3 very well, but they will be getting Reuben Jones back from a knee injury. But let me know your guys' thoughts early on for this Michigan basketball squad. They got a lot of talent and should be very fun to watch them here as Big Ten play starts back up now, and as they compete for a Big Ten championship this season, they should be in the thick of it, especially if they shoot the ball the way they did against Western Kentucky. So let me know what you guys think. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it, and we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.